78 years old, earned every single gray hair. Fought in 2 wars and raised 5 kids. I've done more than my share. So when my grandson brings his girlfriend over wearing something strange, I'll tell her that ain't proper. I ain't changing at my age. I'll say what I want. I've earned that right. Spent too many years being polite. Your feelings might get hurt, but that's just too bad. I'll say what I want, like my old dad. The filter's gone, thrown it away. I'll say what I want every single day. At the restaurant, the waiter asked how everything turned out. I told him that the steak was tough and the service made me want to shout. My wife kicked me under the table, gave me that familiar glare. But I'm too old to lie to folks, I just don't really care. I'll say what I want, no sugar coating here. If your haircut looks ridiculous, you're gonna hear the truth might sting a little, but it sets you free. I'll say what I want, that's the way it's gonna be. The world's too soft these days anyway. I'll say what I want, come what may. They tell me I should think before the words come out my mouth, but I've been thinking all my life. Now I'm heading south at my age. What are they gonna do? Ground me in my room. I'll say exactly what I think from now until my tomb. The doctor asked me how I'm feeling at my checkup yesterday. I said you charged too much and kept me waiting half the day. He said I'm just being honest with his medical advice. I said, well, I'm being honest too, and this ain't worth your price. I'll say what I want, that's my new creed. Life's too short to dance around what people need. Your parking job's a mess, your lawn needs to be mowed. I'll say what I want, I'm in unfiltered mode. My kids say I embarrass them wherever that we go. I'll say what I want, thought you ought to know. So if you see me coming and you're looking for a friend, better have thick skin, 'cause I tell it straight till the end. I'll say what I want, I've earned this liberty. 80 years of holding back, now I'm finally free.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at, your old pal Grubs. I don't know why I constantly sometimes fuck up that opening. I don't know. But yeah, we're going to go into politics a little bit, and we're going to talk about ICE too. And I have touched briefly on these subjects over the past couple days, kind of, but there's things of, in my opinion, as far as like within the VTubing sphere, has gotten a little bit out of hand, to be honest with you. A lot of accusations have been thrown around. There's been a lot of cancel culture been trying to be used and all that stuff. And quite frankly, it's fucking retarded. Okay, we're actually gonna approach this like if I was like doing research for a Google Doc or anything like that. Yeah, as you can see, there are literally 4 presidents up there. Well, technically 3 if you want to look at. We got Obama, then we have President Obama, President Trump, his first term, then we have President Biden, and then we have President Trump. Okay, the reason why I put them like that, we're going to look at certain statistics about each of their terms. With Trump, his first term comparative to his second term. All right. Okay, since there is a 4-year gap here between his terms, that's the reason why we're doing it that way. Okay. Well, let's get to the waiting room so y'all can see. Yeah, I will talk about her in a minute, but I want to go here right now. Okay. All right. Let's start off simple with the first president. How many people were deported under President Obama? Okay. Just gonna go. Well, it's JP. It does kind of have to deal with what's going on within the VTubing sphere. Okay. All right. Total removals under President Obama was 2.7 million. Okay. Total included returns, when including returns and individuals turn away at the border without formal penalties, that total reaches over 3 million. Peak years, the highest number of removals occurred during his first term, with a peak over 400,000 deportations in the fiscal year of 2012. Shift in focus during his second term, particularly after 2014, the administration adjusted its policy to focus more on individuals with serious criminal records rather than undocumented immigrants, which caused the overall numbers of deportations to drop in his final years. Okay, what does that all mean? All right, basically for his first 4 years, he deported 2.7 million. Okay, though if you include the figures that people went to the border, they went, it goes up to 3 million. But his second term, he kind of pulled back on that a little bit to allow illegal immigrants to stay. Okay, undocumented immigrants means illegal. They didn't enter this country legally. They didn't have visas and all that stuff. So that's kind of what the undocumented immigrants. Okay, it's just a nicer way of saying illegal. All right. Remember, illegal means they broke the law when they entered the country or stayed in this country after their visa expired. All right. So technically, the very definition of an illegal immigrant, they are a criminal. Okay. That's just the truth. There's no other way to put it. If you're here illegally, you are a criminal. All right. Under Trump. Yeah. First term. This is just his first term. Okay. During his first term, 2017 through 2021, the Trump administration carried out approximately 1.5 million deportations, which is less than President Obama. All right. Hey, Sakana. I hopefully I'm saying your name right, buddy. But yeah, as much grief that or all those wonderful names called Trump, he deported less people than President Obama. Just say, I mean, you can't really argue with those. You can't argue with numbers. Yeah, in Trump's first term, he deported less people than Obama. I mean, you can see how it breaks down. While Trump's administration saw an increase in interior removals, arrests within the United States rather than at the border, compared to the end of the Obama year, these numbers still remain below the peaks seen between 2008 and 2012. The drop, well, the pandemic did play a part in it, and we'll look at his second term here. Okay, okay, uh, and now let's look at Biden. Uh, at Biden. Uh, I'm not interested in looking at comparison. I just want to get just the numbers. Okay, during his 4-year term from January 2021 to January 2025, President Joe Biden's administration conducted approximately 4.4 million reparations, a figure that includes formal deportations and pandemic area expulsions. 4.4 million deportations or denials of entering into the country. Uh, this, like I said, this was, which is far more than President Trump's first term. Okay, far more than President Trump's first term. Biden in 4 years deported 4.4 million people, illegal immigrants. They were here and all that stuff. Okay, let's go look at this number now. All right. Okay, let's just look how many people have been deported so far. Reports 675,000 in his first year. Administration claims an additional 2.2 million people self-deported. Okay, due to increased enforcement, there's no real way to verify that number. But the official, I would say, the official number of ICE detaining people and deporting people is actually 675,000, which is far less currently than Obama, Trump's first term, and Biden. Now remember, Biden deported 4.4 million people. Hey, Clankers, buddy. All right. Now, why did I bring this up? Well, ICE is in the news and all that stuff, and it's like, oh, Trump's Gestapo and all this stuff that people are calling it. The amount of deportations, it's only 675,000. Okay, that's not in the fucking millions. All right, the self-deportation thing is there's no way to accurately to get a number on that. This is just something that the administration claims, but there's no real any real way to verify that number. That's the reason why I'm kind of like fluffing it off. It's like there's no real way to verify that number. Okay, it is what it is. The 600, this one right here, the top one, that is one that can be verified by court records and other things. Well, basically by the government. To me, that's even a less of a number right there. Of that, I mean, the way they're making it out, like not only the news and the protesters and all that stuff, it's like millions upon millions of people have been deported. No, it's not even hit the 1 million mark. I hate to tell you all, it hasn't hit the 1 million mark. All right. Why am I talking about this? Well, one, a lot of fucking misinformation's been flying around. I mean, this people are saying, "Oh, he's deported millions." No, it hasn't even hit the 1 million number yet. Okay, it's that's just misinformation, right? Uh, um, I don't care about demographics. If you're here illegally, you're a criminal, and you need to, leave. Okay, I mean, if you put it this way, this is not just an American thing. This is something around the world. I've said this numerous times, by the way. If you enter a country illegally, you're a criminal, and you will be detained or shot dead, and you will be forcibly removed one way or another. And this is around the world, people. This is not just in the United States. It's in fucking Canada too, by the way. If you enter Canada illegally, they will deport your ass. It doesn't matter if you contribute to society. You are there illegally. You broke the law. If you want to be in Canada, guess what? You got to do it the right way. If you want to be in the United States and work in here, you have to do it the right way. Whether it be a work visa or you want to become a U.S. citizen, all that stuff. You have to do it the right way. Now, this is for their protection, so they'll have protection of the government, the laws, and all that stuff as far as like work and all that. Make sure they get paid a fair wage, a living wage. I mean, as much as living wage you can pay for, but it's also to protect them, right? And to give them access, in all reality, to give them access to certain social services legally. Okay, illegal immigrants should not get access to any social services because they're not contributing to society. Yeah, they may get fake social security numbers and they may pay taxes, but at the end of the day, they're not really a member of the society. They're in the shadows, and they pay these things so they won't get deported and to hide. Okay. So let's go here, and because this is something that everybody talks about. How many illegal immigrants. I know I'm spelling that wrong. Just find these numbers here. Whatever. With a criminal. Yeah, I know. I'm this record. Mm-hmm. All right. It should be the same number because if you're here illegally, you're a criminal. All right. More than 400,000 illegal immigrants charged with or convicted of crimes were deported during his first term. Overall figures total removal, including those with and without criminal arrests. DHS maintains that roughly 70% of those arrested by ICE have criminal convictions or pending charges. However, the analysis by Cato Institute and others suggests the percentage of detainees with criminal records have decreased over time, dropping to roughly 29% by January of 2026 as enforcement shift to border targets. Okay. Now, I want you to understand these people who are out there protesting and everything, and like attacking ICE, who are law enforcement, uh, are trying to keep criminals in this country. If once again, if you're here illegally, you're a criminal. You're breaking the law. It's I know people want to dip in their toes into the gray area, but black and white is they're here if you're here illegally. And in any other countries, if you violate their borders illegally, you're a fucking criminal. Hence the word illegal immigrants. I don't see the gray area here. If you came across the border illegally, you have broken the law. Now, here's another thing that people don't understand. Why do countries want their borders secured? Well, one, to prevent criminal elements entering a country. It's like in the United States, human trafficking, drugs, terrorists, all that is to prevent that. That's the reason why they want the border secured. It just makes fucking sense. And once again, this is not just a United States thing. Every fucking country does this. Every fucking country does this. Canada, United States, and Mexico, and countries in South America all do this. If you enter the country illegally, and if you're caught be there illegally, you will be arrested, you will be deported, and you will have a criminal record in that country. This is, like I said, this is not just a United States thing. Now, all countries do the same thing. You're not allowed to enter a country if you have a criminal record. And I'm not talking about fucking traffic tickets or shit like that. If you've been convicted of theft, you're not allowed to go into Japan. Not even as a fucking tourist, by the way. You're just not allowed to enter their country. Yeah, because I want to go to Japan, so I'm learning about this stuff. Okay. If I believe it's like in the Philippines, if you have a criminal record with violence, you're not allowed to enter that country. By the way, that's a violent criminal record that you're not allowed to enter any country, really. I don't think there's a country that allow someone that's been convicted of a violent offense. They're not going to let you come in. It's simple as that. Okay. I don't understand why people who are protesting, people who have been convicted of an assault in their home country. I'm talking about their home country. I'm not talking about here in the United States. In their home country, they have been convicted of assault, being part of a drug cartel, harmed children, murder. I don't understand why people are protesting, saying these people shouldn't be arrested or be kicked out of the country. I don't understand why. I do know why. It's because who's the president? No one did this while Biden or Obama was doing it. You didn't see people out in the streets protesting that the ICE is deporting people during Obama and Biden. It's because all the reason they're out there protesting is because they just don't like Trump. That's the only reason. Because all the other arguments are illogical. Considering when you look at the numbers that I showed you, that Obama has deported far more people than Trump has. Biden, 4.4 million. Okay? In his 4 years. That's 1 million a year. And right now, Trump hasn't even hit 1 million. Hell, you combine his two terms, he barely cracks 3 million. Now, mind you, Biden did that in 4 years. It's going to take, though, 8 years for Trump to get a higher deportation number than Biden in 4 years. So there you go. Hey, horse. How you doing, buddy? So these arguments that people are coming up with make no fucking sense. It's totally illogical, other than the fact they just don't like Trump. They're saying he's racist. No, he's enforcing the law. He's enforcing the law. That's it. Okay? So you are basically these people out there protesting. Let me get back to Google here. ICE protests. I don't care about the ones near me, to be honest with you. Okay. Minnesota's the big one right now. Okay, we're gonna go to Minnesota. Okay. I mean, we're fighting for the soul of the country. How Minnesota residents, I don't fucking care. I don't want you. How Minnesota residents came together to face ICE. Okay, look at the people who's doing the protest. Do y'all notice something interesting? You don't see many brown people there. You don't see many black people there. You don't see many Asian people there. To be honest with you. You see a bunch of white people. And quite frankly, a bunch of people don't have no really concept of what they're doing. I'm not saying that, but these people who don't like Trump really stupid to be kind of. Yeah, I mean, where were these people during Biden administration when they were deporting 4.4 million people, 1 million people a year? Where were they? Where were they during Obama when he was deporting people? Why weren't they protesting that? You know, hell, they didn't protest during Trump's first term. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Doesn't make any fucking sense. These people weren't out in the streets during Obama, Trump's first term, and Biden. They were out in the streets. Oh, because we liked those guys. We liked Obama. We liked Biden. And the reason why they weren't out in the streets during Trump's first term, because he didn't make a big deal out of it, to be honest with you. Now he's making a big deal about it, and everybody's like, Trump is, no, they say he's a king, that he's going to try to run for a third term and all this stuff, which none of this shit's happened, by the way. One thing I will say Trump that he's a master at is rage baiting people. He wants them to do outlandish things. It's like, fuck it, this is just goddamn dumb, by the way. This is just goddamn dumb. These people are here illegally. Whether their visas expired and all this other stuff, and they're not quote unquote harming people. They're not part of the criminal element that have come in from other countries. But they still broke the fucking law. Sorry, but the third term is fine. Yeah, it's not gonna. Guys, he when he talked about running for a third term at this particular juncture, he's rage baiting people. He is just rage baiting you all. Now, and I've said this. I voted for Trump because no one Kamala Harris didn't win one fucking primary. And I was not going to sit there and just like, oh, it'll be okay. No one voted for her to run for president. So yeah, I went and voted for Trump because people voted for him to run as president. That's the reason why I voted for Trump. Because I don't want a political party, whether it be Democrats or Republicans or who the fuck ever, to say, oh, this guy's not going to win. Let's pull him out and just slap this other guy in. No. So if Trump runs for a third term, I will vote for the other person. Because I don't want that to be something that can happen. It's only happened once in American history, which was Roosevelt during a time of war. That's FDR. That's the only time a president ran and won 3 consecutive terms. That's the first time it's ever happened, and it was the last time. And it should never happen again. There were circumstances because of that, for reason people wanted him to run for third terms. But, I don't agree with it. I don't think no president should run for 2 terms. That's enough. 2 terms is enough. Okay, if you can't get all the shit done in 8 years, okay. Oh, well. Hopefully, whoever runs in party to party will pick up the wheelbarrow and continue on with the work that you were doing. Okay, that's just the way it is. I don't want Trump to run for a third term. I don't want anybody to run for a fucking third term. Because, God forbid you get some, I'm really happy Biden wasn't going to win, or wasn't projected to win, because his mental facilities were going way the fuck down. Okay, he has, I believe I've seen medical reports that he has dementia. Yeah, we didn't need him as fucking president. Okay. But people voted for him. He won the primaries. I mean, granted, he did run unopposed, but people went and voted. All right. Once again, let's see, man uses a whistle alert. Okay. Once again, this is stupid. Oh, actually, we got a brown person. All right. Okay, let's blow this up right now. I want you to see. Okay, there's one. And yeah, they're all covered up, but you can still tell that. No, there's another one. This is majority white people. Okay. It's majority white people. I mean, come on. Okay, let me say this. And I have said this. It's regrettable that these people died. All right. And to put blame solely on ICE is not correct. They were given instructions: get out of the van, stay over there, which they disobeyed law enforcement. Okay. Renee was in a vehicle, a 5-ton vehicle, and she moved that vehicle towards law enforcement. Law enforcement has every right to respond to that. If they feel like they're being threatened, they have a right to neutralize that threat. Okay, let me put it to you a different way. Let's just say you're out there in your driveway, and someone pulls in and they back in. You get in front and you tell them to get the fuck out, leave. Or are you trying to say, oh, these people are robbing me, and they got all my shit in the back of their van? You get in front of the van to stop them and wait for the cops to show up, and they start moving the van towards you. You have a right to protect yourself, because they're no longer driving a quote unquote vehicle. They're driving a fucking weapon at that point. You have a right to defend yourself, to protect your life. That rule applies to law enforcement. And I just don't mean ICE. I'm talking about your average cop on the street right now. Well, what do you guys expect them to do? Go, pretty please don't run me over? So, as I said, if a cop tells you to do something, it's in your best interest to fucking do it. Your chance of seeing you tomorrow goes up dramatically. All right? Now, does law enforcement make mistakes? Yes. Yes. Law enforcement makes mistakes, and there are procedures in place to correct those mistakes. Will it take time? Yes. Alex Preddy, if you're going to a protest, don't take a fucking gun with you. Especially when everybody's attacking law enforcement. It's a bad idea. Bad idea. I'm not saying he pulled a gun. Law enforcement noticed he had what appears to be a weapon on him. They saw him reach for something, and they're going to just err on the side of caution. They're just going to shoot you. All right? Okay, just because he's an ICU nurse does not mean he's a good person. Just because she's an American mom doesn't mean she's a good person. And just because someone's an ICE agent doesn't mean they're a bad person. This type of propaganda is misleading. It's just like all this. He was an ICU nurse, so why did he have a fucking gun? Oh, she was an American mom. Okay. Why did she lose custody of her kids? These are things that people don't ask. All right. But, so what does this all have to really do with VTubing? Okay. Like I said, I'll bring this all together. And we're going to get into it here in a minute. And I got to go do old man things really fast and make myself another cup of coffee. 1 second. Talk among yourselves if you don't mind. Okay, what does this have to do with VTuber? Well, there's been VTubers that have made political jokes, powder, uh, and they're jokes, and people take it the wrong way. Rev, I don't have Rev here, but we'll look at Rev here in a minute. But let's start with powder. All right. Okay.
Woohoo! Isn't that neat? Wabang. Just jumped in.
Okay. The Liz Meta changed their terms of service because Powder made jokes about things what people were saying about her, calling her racist and all that stuff, and she kind of just like thought it was funny. And they say she was doing inflammatory type of comments. Well, I don't know. You like mine, I like yours. But she was just not cracking jokes. Okay. Once again, people blowing shit way out of fucking proportion. All right. But person said you can't use the amount that you pay for it anymore. Said this is where they changed the term of service. Okay. All right. Let's see here. See, using your model to spread "so what if I'm racist" remarks to create Amelia, a character who's to enforce anti-immigration artwork, is a pretty good reason, I feel like. Okay. All right. I mean, she was joking. All right. Is it a bad joke? Maybe. I'm personally, I didn't hear her say it. Okay. I'm just, no. She's kind of telling those people, yeah, you can call me racist. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care. You know? And because of that, they changed their terms of service. She's already paid for the model. Okay? An artist can't tell you what kind of content you can do with a model you paid for. Oh, I don't like the content you do, so you can't use that model. Fuck you, I paid for it. We're locked into that terms of service at the time I paid for it. When you buy a video game, if the video game changes the terms of service later, I paid for this in 2016. Well, 2024, we changed the terms of service. Well, guess what? What? Fuck you. I paid for it in 2016. You're locked into that terms of service. Unless you want to give some of my money back because you decided to change things. Yeah, I know a lot of people were going to say, like, YouTube, Twitch, and all those platforms change terms of service all the time. Here's the difference. Okay, they are a lack of a better way, but this is not 100% accurate, by the way. This is not what they want to be known as. They are a publishing platform. Okay. Now, I understand that I'm on YouTube, and YouTube can change their terms of service anytime they want. All right, and either in the name of making things quote unquote safer. Okay. But I didn't buy a product from YouTube. I'm using their platform to stream on to promote my content. All right. I didn't buy nothing from YouTube other than premium, so I don't have to see fucking commercials. Okay. Now, if they start playing commercials and I'm a premium member and say, "Oh, you want to get rid of commercials, or you have to pay us $10 more a month," I'll be like holding up the middle finger and go, "Fuck you." Just being honest. Okay, that's different, right? It's something a lot of streaming platforms. Is one of the reasons why I dropped Amazon Prime. They decided to change things. Okay, but that's buying a product. Buying a subscription service where a media that you didn't produce and you want to watch, they kind of have permit. They can do what they want. Now, Powder bought a model. All right, that doesn't give the artists or the services the service that help her facilitate in her purchase of a model. Even it, okay, this isn't a free model. That's another thing people have said. It's a free model. No, it isn't. She paid for it. So here's the thing. When someone creates a model for a VTuber, they kind of know they're giving it to a fucking content creator, don't you? All right. Can they technically ask what kind of content you're going to do? Well, I may talk about politics. I may make jokes about like racist. People call me racist or a Nazi. Nobody fucking knows. Powder didn't know people were going to call her a racist. Just it's kind of like you fucking retarded. I'm sure she was thinking like on like an average VTuber, she was just going to sit there and be a cutesy anime girl online, play video games, and all that kind of shit. Okay, I didn't think she was thinking that she was going to go down the realm of politics and get involved in controversy and all that kind of stuff. No one does. No one does. Oh, okay. I know why. I gotta make a slight adjustment with my mic. Hopefully that fixed it. It looks like it fixed it. But once again, is it JP? Does it sound better? It's better now. Is it still good? Let me know. Wasn't Roosevelt the reason why they wrote it into law before it was a gentleman? Yeah. The reason why people can't run, president can't run for 3 terms because Roosevelt did it. They made a law where president can only run 2 terms. All right. Because a little bit of American history, George Washington, I think, served 3 terms, and they want him to serve another term, another 4 terms, and he says no, because then I'll become a king. All right, so did George Washington run? No, he only did 2 terms. That's what the whole 2-term thing came from. He only was president for 2 terms, and that's where everybody was like, "Oh, okay, that's the standard." There was no actual law. So Roosevelt ran for 3 terms, and they made the 2-term thing a law. In my personal opinion, no one should be in Washington as an elected official longer than 8 years. Because then you get corrupt individuals. You realize how much power would be drained away from like corporations, special interest groups, and all that if they have to, every 8 years, they have to start all over again. A lot of people this is the reason why I say politicians are scumbags. A lot of politicians currently in Washington have been there 30 to 40 fucking years. They've been bought and paid for. Elected officials, I think senators, representatives, and the president all make about 100,000, if not a little bit more, or up toward anywhere from 100,000 to 200,000 a year. That's what they get paid. Can someone explain to me why senators and representatives leave Washington as multimillionaires? I don't give a what fucking party they're with. Every single one of them, after they quote unquote retire, are going to leave as multimillionaires. Oh, they get paid $1 million to go to a speaking engagement. Well, that money is supposed to go to the campaign fund. It's not supposed to go into their fucking pocket. It's supposed to help fund campaigns. God, my chair is squeaky today. I don't know why. So, they're bought and paid for. I don't care if they're Democrat, Republican, or whatever. It don't fucking matter. They all became the best stock traders after. Yeah, you notice that? But like I said, they're all fucking scumbags. That's the reason why we need term limits. 8 years, you're done. That way you get constantly fresh people with fresh ideas, fresh perspectives in government. All right? I firmly believe in this. I don't think anybody should be in Washington longer than a sitting president. That's one of the reasons why I don't want Trump running for a third term. 8 years. If you can't get shit done in 8 years, I don't care if it's consecutive years or it's split. If you can't get the job done in a total of 8 years, you need to fucking move on. And even if you can get the job done in 8 years, good for you. You did what you said you were going to do. You achieved what you wanted to achieve. It's time for someone else to come in. That prevents this whole being bought and paid for, all this stuff. Once again, you can look this up for yourself. Bernie Sanders, the most vocal voice for healthcare, has been bought and paid for by insurance companies and pharmaceutical companies. You look at all the donors. If you kind of dig into it, you'll notice a lot of them work for insurance companies and pharmaceutical companies. And this guy is all for green power, who owns 3 fucking houses. He has a carbon footprint larger than some fucking small towns. All right. So why are you guys fucking listening to him? What do you think he's a good guy for? I don't. It doesn't make sense. It's logically, it doesn't make any fucking sense. And by the way, National Health Care Bill is the worst fucking bill in the world. The example again. I was living in one county, and I moved to another county, not across the fucking state. We're talking about within 10 miles. I went from paying $85 to $185. That makes no fucking sense. That makes no fucking sense. So the Obamacare is garbage. It gives too much power to insurance companies. It's like my treatments. Like I said, they charged the insurance company $100,000 for my chemo and radiation. Now, if I was to pay out of the pocket, it would be $50,000. How does that make any fucking sense? Well, that way, the insurance company can make a profit. Treatment wouldn't have changed. I would have gotten the same kind of radiation. I would have gotten the same chemo. But if I pay out of pocket, it would be 50 compared to 100. When you look at it that way, is Obamacare a good plan? No. All the shit involved in it, it's all to service insurance company. It's not for the American people. So it's a bad fucking bill. It needs to be taken away, reworked, and structured where the American people are protected. I'm not going to be one of those people, oh, free healthcare. Fuck it. Nothing's ever fucking free from the fucking government, by the way. Somebody has to pay for it. There's no such thing as free healthcare. At least here in America, somebody's got to fucking pay for it. And I'm just saying. Okay, let me get back to this. All right. Well, it's like Powder here, just like kind of. People were upset and all that stuff about her takes on things. About her making a joke about people calling her a racist. I was like, no. And people took it way too far. I mean, and she paid for her fucking model. Okay, let me put it to you this way. Do you really want Nanolis tell Cinder what kind of content she can do with the Nanolis models? I'll put it in a better way. I don't want the people who made Saba's model to tell her what kind of content she can do. Cinder paid for those. Saba paid for her model. Nini Nightmare paid for her model. No one, once that money changes hands, if it's not in the contract of, hey, you can only do the content I tell you to because I created the model. If you got in a contract like that, I will look. If someone gave me something like that, I would look at it and go, "Are you fucking stupid? You're goddamn. You're fucking retarded. I'm not agreeing to this shit. I don't give a shit if she paid $15 or $15,000. No one has the right to tell you what kind of content you do. Nobody. As long as it's not against terms of service, or you're not violating copyright laws, do whatever the fuck you want. No one has the right to tell you that. All right? Now, sponsorship is different, and we'll get into that. But yeah, and people like all of a sudden we're starting to call her racist and all this stuff. Okay, let's go back here and get to the crux of this. Okay. Okay, then we have someone, Wiccan. Listen, Wiccan, if you happen to be watching this or whatever, I'm not intentionally trying to call you out, but you're kind of the example of why I thought of doing this. Okay, Ajax has, she has so much cuteness that people started to hate how cute she is. A joke. Wiccan came in here. She's not cute at all. She's extremist right views. On top of that, she rides Asmongold and Tectone's dick. And that's why she's being canceled. No. Wiccan, you're wrong. I mean, I don't care if she's a fan of Asmongold. And quite frankly, you spelled Asmongold wrong. There's no D in there. It's ASMONGOD. Okay. Asmongold. Not Asmongold. But no, there's a lot of VTubers that are fans of Asmongold and Tectone. Hey, so be it. It's like there's a lot of people there's the fans of Cinder, there's fans of Shy Loli, there's fans of Numi, there's fans of Saba, there's fans of Iron Mouse. Who fucking cares? Okay. So she's fans with Asmongold and Tectone. Who cares? And you're the one that brought her political views. I don't know her political views. I haven't watched any of Powder's content, to be honest with you. I'm aware of the document that Powder put together with the timeline of the Cinder stuff, but Wickedness is doing rage baiting right now. That's all and he got a response from Powder. Wickedness stopped being a. I know what you're going. You already blocked me on Instagram because I hurt your fifis. Unfollow me, you idiot. Fuck. All right. Listen. Okay, when someone says that to you, one, don't respond to it. Because then you're just proving them right. If you respond, hey, you unfollow me since I'm hurting your feelings. If you respond to it, you're proving them right that they hurt your feelings. Okay. Nah, I have no feelings to hurt. Also, I'm the wrong person to start a fight with. Why? Okay, that's just why. I don't start fights on Twitter, by the way. I don't even really start fights on YouTube. I mean, you're free to disagree with me. Don't bother me. I mean, you have your viewpoint, and I have my viewpoint, which my viewpoint is right. Just saying. Okay? Just saying. You're an autist? I don't know what that means. Is she calling him autistic? I guess. Oh, the only thing you could come with is name calling because you don't have an actual art. What's the argument? Well, what argument did you, other what? Extremist right views? On top of that, she writes, she's basically, he's stating that she had, her viewpoints are the same as Asmongold and Tectones, which he doesn't like those two, which is, he's fine not to like Asmongold and Tectone. Okay, he's fine not to like people who are right wing. You know, I'm not saying he doesn't have a right to feel that way. What I'm saying is that's not a fucking argument. Nor is it in the context of Ajax post. Once again, this is a rage bait. That's all that is. It's a rage bait. Once again, Wicked, I'm not trying to call you out, but you're an example of what I see going on Twitter about people talking about political stuff in the VTubing sphere, which, you know, someone posts an innocent comment, all of a sudden everybody goes fucking ballistic. And it's like half the time the person who made the comment will go, "What's the fucking thing? I just said this." And you take it to way over here. I didn't even say that. Okay. Why why do you not like me all of a sudden? Okay. Here's the thing. I never liked you in the first place. You were only useful for information on Cinder. Then I started working with Sparky and Oko and had people going into Nihilist's Discord to find evidence. Half of the stuff Cinder had in her 1,000-page doc was information that I passed on. Okay. This is a hero complex. Okay. I don't mean this in an insulting way. This is ego. I did this great thing, and I'm not denying Wiccan did a lot of work for this Cinder, for the Cinder stuff. I'm not denying that. Why I'm saying that it was just one thing. You did a great job there, but it's not something that you can constantly bring up and have people going, "Oh, that's right, he did that. Okay, we can't disagree with him ever." And also, I think Cinder did her own research because she had far more access to DMs and information than you did, Wicked. Far more access because she had access to the actual DMs. Okay, I don't think you had access to Red's DMs or Analysis DMs or Shy Lily's DMs or Cinder's DMs or Numi's DMs or Silvervale's DMs. Okay. You may have access to certain Discord server and you were able to pick like posts, but as far as DMs, no. Sorry, I don't think you did. And then we have, like I said, it's kind of a hero complex that he pulled out there, and you know, he did something good. He gathered up some information for Cinder, but that's it. That's his claim to fame. That does not mean people can't disagree with you. Mama Oko chimes in here. Keep my and Sparky's name out of your fucking mouth. You helped me get resources in my video, but you're acting like a spurg. Don't know why you keep showing up in my streams when I share similar views and mostly agree with Powder. Mama Oko got pissed. He wasn't happy. All right. There's other things going on here, and I'm not going to talk about because it's not pertaining to the main theme here. And of course, now Wicking has now responded this morning. And what are you going to do? Make a video about me? LOL. The thing is, I don't care. Therefore, you have no power. Now, fuck off. I'll talk about you and Sparky and anybody I want. No, fine. But here's the thing. No one's going to take you seriously. All right, no one's gonna take you seriously. And I'm not just talking about Wicked. I'm talking about people who constantly rage bait. It comes to the point in time when people just see your name and it's like, okay, whatever, and just move on. And eventually, you're going to stop getting engagement. All right, you're going to stop getting engagement if you're constantly Wicked. I'm being 100% serious and being sincere with you. If you really actually want to have conversations with people to talk about their viewpoints and their issues, the best way to do it is be respectful. Now, I'm not saying cow down to them or get on your hands and knees and plead with them to talk to you. I'm saying just make a respectful, logical argument that's not aggressive. Then people are more willing to talk to you, to explain their viewpoint or their position, if you actually are interested in that. I mean, that's what I did with Vex, by the way. And I've done that with Mama Oko could say that I did the same thing with him. Right? When I reached out to Mama Oko to collab, I was respectful. I didn't come. I wasn't aggressive. Everybody I've collabed with, I've been respectful to. I just was very polite in DMs. Granted, most of the DMs I've sent is straight to the point, but I'm respectful in there. I'm not saying we gotta talk about this politics. We gotta talk about your. No, I was like, I typically, what do you want to talk about? Because we don't have to talk about this stuff. You don't want to. I just want to have a conversation with you. All right. Because that's how I learn. That's how I grow as a person. Let's talk to people with different perspectives than I am. Because I know my perspectives are based on how I grew up, my life experience. Now, my life experience is mine. And I realize the person living next door to me doesn't have the same life experiences I do. One, she's female. But two, age difference, all that stuff. Okay. It's just a different perspective. Okay. And I'm not just talking about politics, by the way. I'm just in general. But hey, but if you want to go this route, Wicked, just expect that people not to interact with you. All right. I mean, you got aggressive with me and you demand an apology from me. I told you flat out, no, I'm not going to apologize. I said that. It's you can all go find that interaction that me and Wicked had in the comments. No, I won't apologize. To this day, I won't apologize for it because I don't think I was wrong. In order for me to apologize, I have to think that I was wrong or I said something wrong on my stream, which is why I apologized to Tectone. I spread misinformation because, I did something that I shouldn't have done, which is jump on the hype train or try to get content out there as fast. I did a more Kazahan, be honest about it. I dipped my toe into slop, and it didn't feel good, so I'm avoiding that. Okay. But I'm never going to fucking do that again. I learned my lesson, man. Just because someone says something on Twitter, it doesn't mean it's true. I should have waited until more facts came out, and I did. So I got burned. But hey, listen. I've always said we can have a conversation, a respectful discussion. Whether it be about politics or anything like that. But I got other bookmarks here. Let me go. That's like here. Powders with this one here. Okay. A lot of people are having a problem with this. All right. This is actually for kids. All right. I think this is a good thing. You want to know why? It shows what a peaceful protest is like. Not with the shit you're seeing with ICE. A peaceful protest creates lasting change. A violent protest does nothing. So throwing rocks, throwing bricks, getting up and spitting on law enforcement, I don't give a shit if it's fucking ICE or your local cop, doesn't create change. It doesn't. Name me one time a violent protest created change. Lasting change. Here's a current example. Look what's happening in Iran. The change of regime in Iran was done violently. Okay. Now, people peacefully protesting and demanding a change because they're tired of the regime that they've been living under are being killed by, well, quite frankly, their own military is shooting them. Now, you're going to tell me who's most likely going to bring change to Iran? The one who's doing the killing or the ones who are not doing the killing? History has shown the ones that are not doing the killing will bring the change. It's going to be bloody and it's going to take long. Eventually, it's going to be violence on both sides, but the way it starts dictates who's going to eventually win. Once again, I don't see a problem. I don't see a problem with this. Okay, walk with civil rights leaders. I mean, I personally think this is a good thing. I mean, if people learn how to protest peacefully through Minecraft, so be it. All right. I don't. That slogan, make good trouble. No. Here's the thing with the civil rights, they got permits to do that. Most of the time they did. Sometimes they did. The sit-ins and all that, unlawful protests, but they weren't violent. Okay, and it didn't really do things to disrupt the public. I mean, no worse, they didn't get on a fucking freeway and try to block traffic where people are just trying to go to fucking work. Or have an 18-wheeler barreling down at you and you're hoping that they're gonna fucking stop. Because they're eventually not going to. I gotta get and to my place so I can unload my fucking truck so I can make money to feed my family. Get the fuck out of my way. Okay? Just say. Look, this is like, once again, people getting political about it, all that stuff. It's like, no, dude. Okay, understand Martin Luther King, a certain extent, Malcolm X, Gandhi, were peaceful. They weren't throwing bricks and all this shit, all right? They were peaceful. Okay, did they sometimes break the law when they did the protest? Yes, but they broke the law by doing a peaceful protest, as compared to what you see what's going on with ICE, where people are throwing shit at law enforcement. So, the right way, peaceful. Wrong way, what's going on with the protest with ICE? Just say. Okay, let's get back to here. It's like judges become a celebrity by not enforcing the fucking law. ICE is not breaking any laws. They're not. They're enforcing the law. Someone's here illegally, we got to arrest them, and we're going to take him someplace where they're going to get a hearing, by the way, in front of a fucking judge. And they make the determination whether they're going to get deported or not. There have been people that have been detained by ICE that have been released after their hearing and show proof they're not here illegally. Okay. There you go. ICE doesn't just grab these people off the street. Oh, you're illegal. Okay, get in the truck. We're going to the fucking airport right now and you're leaving the country. No, they go through a hearing. Okay. Fuck off. I mean, come on. This I don't agree with. Okay. Especially in Chicago. Chicago school systems are about the worst in the country. the worst of in the country. All right. Granted, there's, I mean, it looks like a peaceful protest. Well, it's fucking kids. Okay. Hey, you want to go outside for a while and protest? If it means to get the fuck out of the classroom, goddamn right I will. All right. When your educational system is like in the bottom tier across the country, I think you have more important things to do, like educate, you know, instead of trying to take part of a political protest. But once again, what I'm saying here, all right, let me get rid of this. Uh, once again, what I'm saying here is I'm pro law enforcement. I had brothers who are cops. I had a brother that was a Detroit police officer in the 70s. I believe laws should be enforced because if you don't do that, all you have is chaos. Right? You literally will have people thinking it's the fucking purge and just going around shooting people, robbing people. All these people who are protesting ICE and are anti-law enforcement, I guarantee it. If someone breaks into their house, they're calling 911 and want a cop to show up. That's what people in Portland, Oregon are learning right now. The cops went, oh, you don't want us there? Fine. When you call for us, we're not going to be there. And they're dealing with that. Okay, the whole defund police, you're just fucking stupid. Well, you're not stupid. You're just fucking retarded. All right, you're believing what the national media is feeding you, that all cops are racist, all cops are bad. No, no, stop being a fucking sheep, and actually look at things. Think for yourself. For fuck's sake, do that. Think for yourself. Actually look at numbers, like with the immigration numbers. Once you look at the immigration numbers, you like Biden was deporting people left or right. For fuck's sake, 4 million in 4 years. I mean, come on. Jesus Christ. Yeah, but we liked Biden. Really? That's what you're going to go with. Yeah, Trump is a racist. He's not, hasn't even deported he hasn't hit the 1 million per year number. What the fuck is wrong with you? Come on. I mean, people, this is what I find funny about politics, by the way. I don't give a shit if you're a Democrat or Republican. If you're a Democrat, if a Republican is in office and all that, oh, it's the end of days. And if a Democrat is in office, end of days. Okay, come on. Did I like Biden? No. I think he I didn't like Obama because he made things worse. Not just policy, but race relations. He made things worse by some of the things he said. Not because he's black. He could have been fucking white and said the stuff that he said and it made race relations worse. He didn't bring the country together. He kind of tore it apart. Okay. But sorry. I mean, I'm jokey. Okay, I mean, and then we have what's the one the VTuber horse military girl, Toma? Is it Toma? I know I'm following her. You? I don't remember her name. I know she's on hiatus right now, I think. People were fucking flipping out on her because one, she's actually in the military. Or was. I think she was in the military, and She has conservative viewpoints, and but she doesn't really do like political stream. Like, there are VTubers that do that, by the way, which I don't have a fucking problem. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, Kish and Smug Island kind of does that type of content, but commentary content. But Banana Juju, no, people went after her because they say she was appropriating black culture by having dreadlocks. It's like, come on. Right? Y'all just want to go for anything. Why don't you guys go after Shadow Lily for appropriating whale culture? See how fucking dumb that is? Or whoever this was, or Milky for having appropriated big boob culture. Just saying. Okay, would you eat horse meat? No. Or Project Melody for appropriating porn culture. It's just so fucking retarded. Okay? It's just so fucking retarded. I hate this. How you know she's not black? Because her avatar. Okay, I'll stop you right there. Because of her avatar? We have female avatars that are voiced and operated by men. Porcelain Maid is one. Just saying. I mean, come on. It's just like I said. How you know she's not black? I don't know if she's ever posted a picture of herself out there. Nor am I gonna go look. Okay, maybe she is white. I don't know. But what's? Oh, okay. Hold on. I finally got a name. Okay, what's how you spell that? Okay, there she is. Military tomboy, horse girl, VTuber. I don't know. I thought for sure she said that she's no longer active, but she could be reservist for I know. But yeah, I mean, but no, she's pro-military. You can say she has conservative viewpoints, but no, that's fine. But I don't think she like sits there and like constantly brings it up. Jesus Christ. I forgot it's possible to cough so hard that you feel like you're going to throw up another word. I think it's this one that people had a problem with. This post here. As a content creator, it can be easy to get swept up in the negativity. If your character's attacked, it's natural to be angry, but if you know in your heart their words are untrue, there is no true reason to be angry. I don't condone responding to anger with anger. Conduct yourself with dignity, integrity, and kindness. There are more important things in life than petty internet drama. I totally fucking agree with that. I totally fucking agree. I think a lot of people need to learn this lesson because, once again, I'm not calling anybody out in particular. If I really was going to call someone out that does this quite frequently, it would be fucking Tectone. To be honest with you, Tectone does this. Someone goes after him, and he'll go after them, and they just constant back and forth. And instead of like looking at it and go, okay, moving on. It's like not worth my fucking time to respond to. All right. At the end of the day, I'm here to entertain people and make them happy. Let people assume what they will about me. It doesn't speak for who I am as a person, nor will it change anything at the end of the day. I appreciate everyone defending me, but please don't stoop to their level and spew senseless vitriol and hate. It's not worth it, nor is it healthy. Once again, true statement. It's you waste more energy being angry and hateful than wording your argument with positivity and respect. This is scientific fact, by the way. You waste a lot more energy, and it's a lot more unhealthy to react with anger, hate. You think you're hurting them, but you're actually hurting yourself a lot more than you think. It's not good for your heart. It's not good for your blood pressure. There's actually scientific evidence that your brain becomes chemically unbalanced as compared to someone that reacts with respect and basically being positive within your argument. Now, that's not fencing. It's just now. You're trying to piss me off, but I'm not letting you piss me off. I will respond to you respectfully. If you come at me with name calling, I'm like, okay, the discussion's over with because you're not interested in having a fucking discussion. You just want to get me pissed off. Oh, here, I'm gonna piss you off. I'm not gonna respond to you. I won't. I mean, if someone comes into my comments of this video and they say, "Oh, you're for the Gestapo," and all this, I'm like, I'll be sitting there. I'll be pointing and laughing at him. I'll be like, "Oh God, he didn't watch the fucking video." And then I wouldn't respond to him. I probably would just fucking delete the comment after I had a good laugh. I'm like, oh, fuck off. You're not even gonna. No one's ever gonna see your goddamn comment. Okay, be respectful. As much as it sounds simple to do, it's actually very hard to do. Because you gotta have to step back from your emotions a little bit, your initial emotions about some of the things I've said in previous streams, and approach me in a respectful manner for me to respond to you. Okay, I've deleted comments. It's because like I don't want it on my fucking channel. At the end of the day, y'all, it's my channel. I decide what's going to stay in the comments. It's my channel. If you want to look at it a different way, I'm the fucking king here. This isn't a democratic thing. If I want it to be there, it'll stay there. If I don't, it's fucking gone. So it's as simple as that. Focus on lifting your Oshis up rather than tearing them others down. It's more productive use of your energy and better for everyone all around. Life is too short to fixate on the negativity. What's so true? I mean, take all that negative energy or all that built up rage and do something positive. I mean, those that hate Shy Loli, well, build up and promote the VTubers you do like. You know? It's simple as that. And it's a lot more productive. And guess what? You feel a lot better. And you don't do it, oh, this VTuber is a lot better than no. I like this VTuber because she did this. Or, oh, listen to this VTuber singing this song. Okay. All that stuff. It's a lot better. You feel, and actually, it makes you feel better. Hey, I'm promoting someone I like. And if you happen to agree with someone's political viewpoint, you can like give them a little way to go. Nice to see that there are people out there that can make a respectful argument about their political views. That's the only kind of comment you really need to make. Unless you want to have a discussion with their politics. Okay? If you want to, be respectful about it. All right? Because that encourages a discussion. And then you can talk. And as long as it stays respectful, you can you can have a very interesting discussion, create understanding between two opposing viewpoints, right? But as soon as you go, oh, you're for the Gestapo, or sorry, Vex, fuck ICE, fuck you, fuck Trump. If you support them, I don't want to fucking talk to. Okay, no. Just the wrong attitude to take, by the way. Just the wrong attitude to take. Like I said, I don't agree with Vex's political views, but I am respectful to her. Okay. All right. If anything like this comes up in the future, I'm sure it will in my time as a content creator. I hope you remember my words now. Please take care of yourselves. Okay. That's 100% truthful post as far as I'm, and very good advice, by the way. Very good advice. Believe it or not, most military personnel are like this because they got more important things to be concerned about. Okay. And you're trained to be this way because when you're in a foxhole and you're in combat, you're not worried about what political party the person next to you is. You're working together to stay alive or to complete the mission. You're not going to sit there and talk fucking politics. Hey, who did you vote for? Oh, I voted for Biden. Get the fuck out of my foxhole, bitch. That doesn't fucking happen. That just doesn't fucking happen. You know? I mean, the military personnel really don't give a flying fuck about their fellow soldiers' politics. They don't. They know they need to count on them to back them up. That's all they care about. They don't give a shit who they vote for. It's not on their top 1,000 priority list. Okay. They have to trust each other. Tell me, for the love of God, stop getting one guide. I don't know what. Oh, it's Tenma. Oh. I love Tenma. I can really. Well, Tenma has gone through some controversy. Same with Pipa. A lot of people have called them racist and all these other things. And they're just sitting there just making outrageous fucking comments all the goddamn time. It's like, they're controversial. No, they're fucking funny. You can't, the problem is you can't take a fucking joke. All right? And a lot of this, by the way, all this political backlash against VTubers is because people can't take a fucking joke. I know. I think you're a person with a heart of gold to be so thoughtful about your viewers and yourself. As you grow, there'll always be people who will tear you down or say nasty, untrue things just to stir the pot. You don't need to explain yourself to people who just want to cause problems and use everything you say against you. The people who want to lift you up are already here with you. I mean, once again, I don't think she was political. I mean, I think she just talked about military service and people just went fucking off on her. I'm not 100% certain what caused her that post to happen, but I think anybody who posted negative stuff kind of looked at this response she was getting and went, maybe it won't be a good idea to jump in there and just be a fucking dick. Because I'm just going to get beat. Okay. once again, I'm not going to dig into it. That's why I don't want her to relive it. To be honest with you, I'm assuming someone's going into your chat and just being a fucking dick, and leave it like that. So that's why everyone should vote for me for Congress. Every seat, every state. I'll roll play has 535 different people that still get. Why not? I'll be right back. I gotta go do old man stuff real fast. I'm back. I went very far away to the old man things. Okay. They've done the same thing in Minecraft before. Yeah, I mean, I know like Minecraft does certain things geared to children to teach them about history, and I mean, I don't have a fucking problem with it. You know, I don't get the reaction to it. I mean, if they're kind of showing how to do peaceful protesting, I think that's a fucking good thing, comparative to how people protest now. I mean, like if you're protesting an environment, don't be a fucking dumbass and go throw paint or whatever onto a masterwork of art, because you're going to get fucking arrested, and your message is lost in the fact that you're a fucking retard. Okay, you know. Oh, we're gonna destroy the Mona Lisa because you're killing seals. What the fuck does the Mona Lisa have to do with it? Okay. Oh, I just want to be a bitch. That's what it turns out to be. I just want to be a bitch. Okay. It's like when people used to throw blood on people who were wearing fur until someone threw blood on someone. It's fake. It's fake fur. Now I'm gonna just go buy a real fur coat just to fucking piss you off. Like, it's like, come on, you gotta think about this shit, you know. And the immigration law could have been changed if they didn't want them. Yeah, I know. Here's the thing: all these people who are out there protesting and trying to stop ICE or anything, wrong tactic, people. Okay, hold on. Let me show you this. See that big white building in the background? The people who, there's another name for the people that go there and they're elected, other than senators and representatives: lawmakers, law changers. weren't you up there at the at the Capitol building protesting? You know, if you, I mean, if you want to change the immigration laws, well, contact your representative. They're not gonna fucking change it, by the way. They're not gonna change it. Want to know why? 9/11. They don't want to be the group that changes the immigration law. And if there's another terrorist attack in the United States, that political party is just fucking dead. They're done. They're over with because you allowed a terrorist attack happen again. You're just done. You're just done. Now, people think that the Americans have forgotten 9/11. No, we haven't. We haven't. Right? We remind ourselves, okay, of that day. And politically speaking, that's the one, for a brief moment in time, everybody was united as one, and we moved forward as one. We overcame a lot of things at that time, the stock market, all that stuff, and a lot of things moved forward. But then politics got involved, and the unity was fractured. But I'll tell you why here in a second. Give me a second here. Why did it happen? Why did, like, we were in this period of time where we're all in this together attitude, and then it just, like, look at where we are here now. It's because Republicans and Democrats, or Democrats and Republicans, so if you want, but you're socialists, you're libertarians, didn't want the American people united because it will be a threat to their power. I believe that 100%. Elected officials do not want the American people united because it's a real threat to their perceived power. If you're American, you need to understand you have all the power. You can kick out any elected official. If you can get enough support behind you, you can get a president impeached as an American citizen. You don't need to be in Congress to do it. There are provisions in the constitutions for that route to happen. All right. But you have to impeach someone. For American people to impeach an elected official, they have to prove, one, they're ineffective, or they have committed fraud, all this stuff. Okay. You just can't say, oh, I want them out of office. What? I don't like them. That's not a valid reason. Because if that was a valid reason, there would be nobody in Congress. There would be nobody in Congress. Or the White House would be constantly empty. It's just I don't like them, so kick them out. All right. Nobody likes anybody who's in Congress. I mean, most of your average American does not trust the federal government at all. They don't trust them at all. Okay. Let's go to here real fast. I want to show you this. Let me go here. Oh, 2 fees. No. Where? Let's just go to AI mode here, so I can just show you this. I don't care about congressional. 14 to 29%. That's not good. That's it's not good at all. That, I mean, public trust. 17% of Americans say they trust the federal government. That's not fucking good at all. That's not something like to go touting anything. No, when 17%, only 17% of the people you're supposed to represent think you think you're trustworthy. That's a fucking issue. That is a big fucking issue. And I'll be honest, if I was like elected official and was aware of this, I would be so fucking scared right now. Because I've said, yes, there will be a civil war. It won't be between Democrats and Republicans or based on political parties. Okay, it would be the American people versus the federal government. 17% don't trust the federal government. Now, the American people will try to correct this by going to the voting booth. Okay, but the problem is you don't get a large turnout for voting because most Americans feel like two ways. One, even if I elected this son of a bitch into office, it's still going to be the same shit, just a different fucking flag. You know? Or it is that people are told, pick the lesser of two evil. And I was like this for a long time. I was like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Because either way, I'm going to end up with evil. That's a no-win situation right there. Okay, if I don't like either person in an election, I'm not going to vote. If I don't believe they're going to do what's best for the country, I won't vote for them. No, the only reason I voted for Trump, because I do not... If my vote was the one vote that helped Trump win and kept someone from winning the presidency that no one voted for in a primary, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Because that to me was bullshit. Also, I don't think anybody should run unopposed for president. I think there should be always a group of, whether it's especially if a sitting president, I think there should be opposition to him. I think some people, whether it be Democrat, Republican, I don't fucking care, should step up and say, I'm going to run for president. I'm going to oppose him. Because then, more things become aware. Those debates are based on what the American people are concerned about. All right. And Biden run unopposed. And maybe if he didn't, people could have noticed, hey, he has cognitive problems. Maybe we should not vote for him because apparently he's like on the downcline mentally. We should vote for this person because apparently he can still fucking think. I don't know. If they would have done that, it would probably have been a smart, like, really intelligent thing. I don't think anybody should run unopposed for any fucking office. Because that's when you learn what people are concerned about. And in this case, they were very concerned about immigration, which you're seeing the results of. All right. But yeah, I kind of wanted you to see that. I mean, only 17% of Americans trust Congress. And that is just so. If I was in Congress, I would be like so fucking worried. Because if that number gets any lower, I'll be honest with you, you will see a civil war, American people versus the federal government. I believe that. I mean, it's not going to be on party lines. It's going to be, we are fucking tired of your bullshit. We're paying the penalty of your grudges. You're taking taking money from special interest groups that you said that you're going to put it into, which they kind of did in the 90s, by the way, and things were good. All this stuff that you're just doing things to make our lives harder, and we're fucking tired of it. So yeah, I really do think that it's going to come up. I'm thinking within the next 5 to 10 years, there may be a civil war where it will be the American public against the American federal government. And someone's going to say, "Oh, that's what happened on January 6th." I know. Well, I'm saying what's coming up is going to make January 6th look like a Baptist picnic. That's what I'm saying. I don't want that to happen, by the way. I want Congress to kind of fucking wake up and see the writing on the wall and to go, okay, we got to make a change here. We actually got to listen to what the American people want. Not what we think they want or treat them like they're fucking children. Because once again, if the American people were children of the federal government, CPS would have come take them away from them a long time ago. The federal government is very abusive towards the American people. Okay. Oh, I got which one's right here. Wait. Okay. Not a problem. Sorry, you're not seeing anything right now. I'm kind of like looking at Discord. I just want to see if anybody's talking about me. Oh, unsubscribe from Grumps. He's talking about politics. Just no, it is what it is. Well, why aren't you in here, Lobito? Lobito, why aren't you in my chat? Okay. I mean, I won't really talk about social issues. Politics to me is I'm if you want to say what my political leaning is, fucking Jesus Christ. What's fucking wrong with these people? It doesn't help. It doesn't help what... Oh, yeah, wave the Mexican flag. Okay. All right. I'll tell you what. Go to Mexico. Okay. Oh, Puerto Rican flag. Well, go to fucking Puerto Rico. It's still American territory, by the way. I still operates in Puerto Rico. Just say. All right. Okay, Puerto Ricans don't have any, or should have no worries about ICE because technically you are an American citizen. You are American territory. No. They're just terrorizing people. I'll be honest. This kind of shit is legitimately an act of terrorism. Okay, terrorizing people who just want to go to a store, go to work, go get food, whatever. And you're getting up in their face. Why? They're not ICE. They're just trying to live their lives. That's not making a political statement. That's being an act of being a terrorist. Because that's what fucking terrorists do. All right? Once again, I'm a law and order type of person. You break the fucking law, you're going to get punished. If if you're caught speeding, you get a ticket. Why do you get a ticket? Because you broke the law. You're supposed to go 55, not 75. That's the reason why I got a speeding ticket. You broke the law. And you pay a fine. You get punished. You get paid a fine. I mean, I went for my walk today. I crossed at the corners. Where there's some places where the corner and on the other side of the street, there is not another corner, but the side that I was on, I crossed at the corner of that street into straight across and got onto the sidewalk over there. So that's not jaywalking. That's what I'm getting at. And also look both ways because goddamn people, people driving cars scare the fuck out of me. Well, technically, yeah, she's right. She's right. Okay, people who are facilitating these walkouts and are encouraging kids to leave their classroom and all that stuff do not have the authority to do that. They are hired to educate children. Now, you can say, hey, this is how you do a protest, and you can take them to the gym and show them the correct way to protest. All right. I really don't give a shit if he's married to a white man. I give a shit that he terrorized people in a fucking church and he broke the law. So hopefully he will face the consequences. He's going to get a fucking fine. I don't think he's going to go to jail. I think he's going to get a fucking fine. But hey, whatever. I'm reading this because it's just so fucking stupid. Don Lemon is a fucking retard. He is. Okay? He's not a journalist. Once again, if you record yourself breaking the law, you can't use, it's not protected under the Fifth Amendment, because if that was, everybody will be going and stealing the car they want, recording themselves stealing the car and posting it online. You do have these fucking morons that post that shit online. Guess what happens? They get arrested. Well, I have a right to not incriminate myself. Yeah, but we're not asking you if you commit a crime. We don't have to. We have video evidence of you being retarded. Okay. Only a fucking retard does that shit, by the way. All right. It's like people who get into fights, recording the fight. Oh, guess what? If someone charges you with assault, oh, I didn't hit nobody. I've only got video evidence of you, retard. We don't need to ask you. All right? You broke the law. You broke the law. Bruh. Yeah, I'm reposting that. I'm reposting that. This is why I go to Twitter for, to see funny shit like this. That's the only reason I go to Twitter. I don't go to Twitter to look for politics. I am right now. I listen, this post here, I really don't get involved in that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's wrong. It's like, I don't, let's go to Yahoo, because I want to make a point. Where is Yahoo? Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Okay, there's Yahoo. I want to make a point. Okay, I'm just going to go through the top stories here. Fucking football. Who gives a shit? Okay. 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 You don't see anything about Iran, do you? One of the most important stories in or situations that have come up within the last few months is what's happening in Iran. You don't see anything on these news sites. I mean, it's a bunch of non fucking stories. I don't give a flying fuck about celebrities, all right, or anything like that. Let me go to like the news section. Okay, once again, uh, I'm just scrolling through the news here. I'm trying to see if there's anything about Iran. Nope. I'll be honest about it. We would already seen it. But like I said, I feel that's like far more important. Well, I am a Bears fan, but okay, but you know, I don't need to see like 5 fucking stories about football or about the Bears right now. It doesn't. That's not what I kind of see go there for, to see the news. I mean, granted, I don't really click on any of these stories, but because they don't fucking matter to me. You know, I don't really give a flying fuck what a celebrity's doing, or what their. I really don't give a flying fuck about what their political viewpoints are. But yeah, let me get back to Twitter. Actually, let's go to YouTube after Twitter loads, because they will affect things. Okay. Yeah, Tectone is. Maybe he's done streaming. Am I going to do more content on Tectone? Probably. I mean, Monday may become Farm Tectone Day. That's a good point. I run for every seat in Congress. I'll run 3 times for each seat: Democrat, Republican, Independent, by running against myself. I would like to bring back trial by combat, then election. You know, it's really simple. Okay, I mean, a lot of problems that are going on, there are very simple solutions for. To be honest with you, and the simplest solutions tend to be the unpopular one, because a lot of people don't want to admit that, hey, all these programs that have been out and people, the fraud and all that stuff that's happened, the simplest solution is oversight. No, I would say, like with the food stamps, it shouldn't be handled by the state. It shouldn't. Technically, it's handled by the federal government, but it's broken down state by state, where, oh, this state, this is the requirements to get food stamps in this state, this are the requirements to get food stamps in that state. But in all actuality, it shouldn't be that way. Okay, I think there should be like a national. Okay, if you make this much a year, you get food stamps. If you're proving that you one working or you have a disability, and you are only making 25,000 a year, I talked about this last night, and it costs about $600 to $700 a month for food for you to eat healthy, and you're money that you have left for food is only like $150, you're gonna go fucking hungry. All right, so Democrats and Republican parties are listed as nonprofit corporations. I don't think they deserve to have so much sway in the government. I don't know why that doesn't appear in my chat, by the way. I don't know why it's not appearing in chat. Neither party has soda chips. That's a lame. Yeah, politics is a big business type thing. That's, to be honest about it, if you look at it, having term limits kind of that business, you know. If every 8 years these lobbyists and all them have to start all back to point one, well, kind of ends the whole swamp thing. People like to call Washington, D.C. here in America the swamp. Everybody wants to drain the swamp. The only way you're going to drain the swamp is imposing term limits. In which, no, I hate to tell everybody this, it's not going to fucking happen. They're not going to do it on their own. You know? Because you're basically telling people who think have all this fucking power, hey, give up your fucking power. They're not going to fucking do it. Unless American people literally peacefully protest at the Capitol building. No one should be in Washington for 40 to 50 years. Yes, I think Bernie Sanders needs to get his old ass out of Congress. Because if you can't get, he's been there long enough. I mean, Biden, for fucking God, he was in Washington for like 60 years. I think he was elected when he was in his 20s as like a senator or something like that, or a senator or representative. I know he got elected like when he was in his 20s. I think it's like when he was 25 or something like that. He was been in Washington for 60 years. To me, that's just fucked up. No one should be in Washington for that long. I don't care if they're the best representative in the fucking world. Eight years. That's it. Yeah, for representative, that's being elected twice. For senators, senators serve 2 years, I believe, if I remember correctly, and that's 4. Right, and if you want to get really down to it, someone, if the term limits, they can only be a representative for 8 years. Then they can become a senator for 8 years, and then become run for president and be president for 8 years. So we're looking at a total of 24 years in Washington, which is a lot better than 60. All right, now, mind you, that circle of representative, going from a representative to a senator, or a senator to a representative to president, it's very, very fucking rare. That would be extremely rare. That means that guy has overwhelmingly been supported by his home state and is popular, all that stuff, and you're right now have the American people trusting the federal government at 17%. So that's very unlikely. I do think people get elected because I know that name. I think that's when people vote for like certain people. You know, it's like, I know that name. I don't want to learn a new name. Okay. They don't really look into what they've done, what they have passed while they're in office, and how it affected you. They're just like, he's the incumbent, or he's the Republican and he's the Democrat. Fuck that shit. It's like, I mean, I'll be honest about it. Here in America, you're not allowed to vote in the opposing party's primaries. Why? Isn't it the point of the primaries to get the best person for the job? You know, to get two people that the American people think will be a good president and have them run against each other and let them debate and express their ideas and all that stuff. And not just say, oh, only the Republicans can vote on the Republican ticket, and only the Democrats can vote for the Democrat candidate. Fuck that shit. That's what creates tribalism, by the way. My personal opinion, yeah, I would be all for getting rid of political parties, by the way. All for that. Just run on a fucking platform. And you don't sit there and say, call yourself a conservative, or don't call yourself a liberal, or don't fucking get me started on socialism. I got people who listen to me that are in South America. They can tell you how well socialism works, especially in like Venezuela. I think Venezuela was a socialist system, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it was Venezuela that operates on socialism, and it's like people, like I think like 80% of the population had problems just getting fucking food. So yeah, I think they base the economy on their currency on Bitcoin. That was a good fucking idea, wasn't it? So yeah, I mean, I don't get rid of political parties. You run on a platform, your platform, not one that you're. Because if you get rid of political parties, your platform is 100% you. Okay, as what you see, what the issues that need to be addressed, and it's not so. I mean, you garner support that way with people going, "Oh yeah, we need to take care of that." Yeah, how you feel about the economy? Well, I think we need to do this, and this. I think you're wrong about that. But you're right on this issue, or no, it just no. Then you have a discussion. Okay, and every 4 fucking years here, people stop talking to each other, which I don't fucking get. Because, if they're watching the fucking news and they're sitting there looking at the news going, bah, bah, or watching a internet personality and they're sitting there going, bah, bah. No, we're being fucking sheep. Think for yourself. Look, if someone's running for president, look into them. Whether they're Democrat or Republican, it don't fucking matter. That's how you'll figure out if you believe that they're going to be good for the country. I mean, I didn't vote for Biden because some of the shit that he voted for, one, was fucking racist. People, like I said, he was been in Washington for 60 years. Do the math. Yeah, in the 70s, after the civil rights movement came to conclusion, there were a lot of bills that he presented to Congress and got passed by Congress that kind of was detrimental to African Americans. Okay? All right? People have a tendency to forget that. You kind of look at what he put forth. Bills that he sponsored and the effect that would have on American society. He was more interested in creating a class warfare than actually solving problems. I'll be honest with you, and that's my opinion. And the truth is, that's kind of how they all behave. I'm not just talking about Democrats. I'm not talking just about liberals or conservatives or Republicans, all that. Everybody in Washington is like that. That's how they stay in power. To create division, instead of, no, this is an issue within the country. This is what the American people want taken care of. We should concentrate on taking care of that. All right. I think that's true around the world, by the way. I think any government that's based on democracy, they have elections and these people get elected is based on what the people want done. Sadly, after people, a lot of people who get elected into office has the tendency to break their promises all the fucking time. All right. What's it? YouTube video. What she did? I'm on Discord right now. Oh, she uploaded a VOD. Not a big deal. And there's a lot of people in voice chat right now on one the particular Discord server. I appeared in the voice chat of the other day. But okay. But I'm going to start wrapping this up. I do have a stream later today. Well, I'm doing a collab with Zero. I just so you know, I did reach out to GVP and Lupito to let them know we are going to be playing Repo later tonight. Me and Zero, my son, and you may see Lupito or GVP pop in for a game or two. You know, but that's up to them. I just put the offer out there if they want to come in, and take part in it. But yeah, just sum up this, okay? ISIS is not Trump's Gestapo, okay? Once again, no one protested when Obama did. No one protested when Biden did. And their numbers as far as how many people have been deported, especially Biden at 4 million. That's 1 million people a year. You didn't see anybody out there protesting that. They just protesting because they don't like Trump. That's all it is. I mean, a lot of policies he's put forth, yeah, are the tariff thing. Yeah, I question. I don't really like it, to be honest with you. But hey, if it works, it works. I don't know if it's going to work. There has not been enough data on there to make a decision on it. All I thought was a bad idea. It was like food prices have gone up. They haven't gone down, which is something he promised to do. But he has technically 3 more years to do that. Okay. I believe he's doing the right thing as far as immigration. He's not taken to Biden levels of 1 million a year. Look it up. I showed you at the beginning of the stream. Just fucking Google it. You can't argue with numbers. Who has deported more people per year? So, like this whole ICE thing, I'm for law and order. If you came in this country illegally, you've broken the law, you're a criminal, and you will be deported. Eventually. You all better be thankful that Biden is not president, because man, he was on it. It would have been like 8 million people by the time he's done. He was doing 1 million a year. Okay. But yeah, these protests make no fucking sense. It's only because Trump is president. That's the only fucking reason for it. That's it. It isn't about who ICE is picking up. It's about Trump being president. That's all it is. That is all it's about. And because if someone says, "Oh, that's not true," okay, then why didn't you guys out there protest when Biden was doing it? And he deported a lot more per year than Trump has so far. Explain that. That's what, if you're going to have a discussion about how bad ICE is, you need to explain why people weren't out protesting when Biden was deporting 1 million people a year. You got to explain it before I will even have this discussion with you. Because it just doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't. Once again, it's about who's president, right? It's not even about forcing the law. Okay. All right, it's about who's president. Okay, and if you don't like the immigration laws, and you're an American citizen, sorry, Canadians, you don't get to say well how about American policy. You stick to your country, we'll stick to ours, unless you want to become the 51st state. I don't know why. you allow Trump to rage bait you something fierce. But if you don't like the immigration laws, you contact your representative. You do a protest at the Capitol building, that kind of shit. You don't go out there and hamper law enforcement. That's the wrong way to, and you especially don't do it with an aggressive, violent manner. That has never worked, ever in the history of the fucking world. That has never worked. There's never been lasting change based on a violent protest. Usually, if you're aggressive and you're violent, you get that back at you. You know, so it's like if you're aggressive and insulting on Twitter, guess what? You get that back at you. If you want to have a civil discussion, you're respectful, you get respect back. It is what it is. All right. Why haven't like engaged with people who are post offensive tweets? Because I'm not interested in talking to them. Because if they can't be respectful, already know I'm not gonna have a respectful discussion with them. So I won't engage. Because it's not worth my fucking time. It's not worth my time to get upset. I'm interested in having a respectful discussion. Okay. All right, let's wrap this up. Okay, if you have gotten this far, thank you. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get the community posts when I'm going to stream. Also, follow me at Stands Up, which I do not have that on my thumbnail. I apparently forgot. Real quick, I'll show you this real fast. Once again, if you follow me at Stands Up on Twitter, you will get not only my weekly schedule, but like when I do a stream, like the morning chat, which is not on the weekly schedule, that's more or less I got something I want to talk about, you'll get a post as long as you follow me. It will appear on your timeline, I hope. Or you can turn notifications on. So yeah, follow me on Twitter so you know when I stream, especially when I do morning chats. And I will see you tonight for the collab with Zero, when we're going to be playing Repo tonight, which is a game I really suck at. All right. But until then, enjoy the rest of your day. And once again, just be good to each other. All right. I will talk to you tonight.